Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. Um, I am wanting to come on live right quick so that way I can uh, respond to a novel that I received in the comment area. Um, I'm gonna wait for people to hop on because at this point, at this point, I don't get it. I don't get it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hold on. Live. Let's see. We're gonna edit that. Addressing a no responding. And I have to get to work today. I gotta do some work but I just hold on, y'all. I'm changing my settings so that way I don't have no cuckoo birds in here. Hope you guys are having it's Monday, a new week, a new month. Okay. Next thing, let's go to my channel. Oh wait, nope. I don't want to be on a live. Hold up. Cause I want y'all to see the comment that was made. And between YouTube, between um TikTok, oh my gosh, it's out at this point, I swear it's out of control. It is out of control. Let me see. Sort by new comments. Okay. Is this the one? Yeah, we gotta address this. Let's go here. I'm about to share my screen. All right. So hopefully y'all can see the comments, okay? Lindell Williams. So I don't even know where to start. Can I do the newest first? Okay, so this is the new. So this means this is the old one. Okay, here we go. So Lindell Williams stated, "You might want to check out the TMZ interview from yesterday. Diddy's lawyers was saying that she hasn't seen any evidence of X trafficking. She was saying social media has created a perception that doesn't exist and the case is actually weak. Cassie also isn't a sweet angel, and that video where she was so called beaten is not what it appears to be. You must ask yourself what was the argument about and what led up to it." Let me just read this and then I'm going to go back and address some things. "He was in a towel because she was trying to take his clothes and he was trying to get them back, which is why she was down on the floor and he was pulling her. The feds chopped out of the video. The feds chopped it out of the video, and it's something that's going to change the outlook on the incident. 2 days later, they were back with each other and went to therapy. Not long after that, he got her a role in a movie called Honey 3 in South Africa, which another woman was the lead, but he helped her get a starring role, which the movie bombed because it wasn't that good. She also cheated on him with someone on the set of the movie, which led up to the argument at the hotel where he was trying to get his bag back with his clothing. There is a portion of the video that got blotted out. And the main point, she was with him another 3 years after her so called beating, which his lawyers are going to reveal. This case is not what most people think, including the so called RICO charge. Prepare to be shocked in about 2 months. I guarantee it. Number one, I stopped listening to you when you pretty much stated that she was pulled. I don't think that you can alter somebody pulling somebody's hair. I don't care what the argument was about. He put his hands on her. Hey artist, how you doing? Yes. You are very, very welcome. Yes. I just had to come on here and address this because I don't want to go back in the comments writing books. Um, so you agree that they were in argument, but he was pulling her down the hallway by her hair. What if that is your family member? You would be pissed. There's no excuse whatsoever. He was pulling her by her hair. I don't care how, if you say that they chopped it up, we are going to see. But it doesn't negate the fact that he was pulling her down by her hair down the hall. That's number one. Number two, all of this other stuff is irrelevant as far as him getting a role. Too many people are saying, even if there were no other civil suits besides this one that Kirk Burrows came out with, he's given accounts of situations that happened to him as well as incidents that happened to other people. You have executives coming out saying something about him. You have male escorts that he used. There are two escort cases right now, or one, well, no, one that I know of, a John Doe, that came out on behalf. All these people can't be saying or be telling lies. You have to understand the tactics. My theory, I really had to pay attention last night after I did this, and then somebody, shout out to Messy Mafia Media. I think that's her girl, Messy. I'm just gonna call you Messy. She sent me a video that I watched in its entirety, and it made sense. Because for a while I was saying, okay, Gene Deal was lying. I was saying a lot of people were lying. I honestly, but I can't have the same perception as many people because I do plaintiff's work. When we're dealing with these essay cases, it's based off a preponderance of evidence. It's not the same as any other definitely not the same for a criminal case because a criminal case is beyond a reasonable of doubt. But when you're dealing with civil essay cases, it's a little bit different than your regular personal injury cases. So I have a different outlook. And of course, I am going to take the plaintiff's side because I do plaintiff's work. And I'm not ever trying to get you guys to agree with everything I'm agreeing with, but I'm asking you to use common sense at a certain point. Now, you directed me to go check out the TMZ video or interview. So Teeny, who I thought was a man, is actually a woman. And I was like, Teeny, they appointed her to be the sole person in charge of the evidence that is collected from the government. She's the only one that has the password. So you can say she is the only one that can view it. She's the only one that could give the password to the AV specialist or expert that they're using to enhance the audio and the video quality. But you still have to follow the same guidelines under the protective order. So by you doing that TMZ video, ma'am, was that a good idea? Because I could have sworn you still have to follow a certain code of ethics when it came to the freaking protective order in place. That's why it's in place. That's why the defense counsel had to go back and redact some things. So by you sitting here telling us, oh yeah, I'm because I'm in charge of the videos, I can definitely tell y'all that there's no minors, that she consented because this the same stuff that they already put in the freaking pleadings that they had to redact. So you're trying to convince us otherwise. That's number one. Um, I'm like, what the world is that? Number two, let me go down and read. And then, so what did I say? Okay, my response to that was, even if that was a possibility, the fact that in this lawsuit it was alleged that he used the operation budget to fund the hit, the trip, the rentals to California, which is enough to bring up RICO. So even if that case was to go away, look at what he did in this specific case. And I stated that Diddy has more fish to fry with this particular lawsuit if families, meaning Tupac's and Christopher Wallace's families, decide to go ahead and start filing lawsuits because of the misappropriation of funds. Because how are you putting stuff on other people's expenses accounts? He was literally robbing them. Then he stated, or I don't even know if it's a guy or a girl. I don't know. They said actually you can chop and screw a video. Most people think he was pulling her by her hair when it was actually her jacket. He was angry because she was leaving with his clothes. Most people don't know that. Also, a lot of those other cases you're talking about are made up by the internet. If you think back, everyone was talking about him abusing Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber has said zero about himself being abused by Diddy. I'll give a recent example. It was reported last week that Jay-Z and Beyonce were suing ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. I saw many podcasts that were reporting on it, and the story turned out to be fake. I went back and looked to see if one of the podcasters, which he got 64,000 views from the fake story, had taken the video down. She did not, and this is where we are at with a lot of frivolous tall tales of Diddy. As Jay-Z said, it's laughable, but these are the times we're living in. But that's what I'm saying. And that's one thing. That's why on my channel I hate misinformation. Because I did report it, but then as I'm on live, we're figuring out that it is indeed fake. So some people out there are, yeah, they are the driving force of why misinformation is out there. However, how does we Justin Bieber ain't put out no lawsuit. Justin Bieber does not have a lawsuit out there. These people who were allegedly abused, mistreated, brutally, all kinds of things. In civil suits, yes, everything is alleged. That is correct. But these are sexual assault cases, which are treated a little bit differently. Definitely totally different from an actual criminal case, because criminal case is beyond a reasonable doubt. When you're dealing with sexual assault, you have just enough evidence in order to say, okay, it is more likely that the person committed the crime. Or I don't even want to say crime because I don't want y'all to get mixed up with the criminal and the civil. It's more likely that the allegations are true. I'm gonna word it like that. So the example about Justin Bieber is that's no. That right there, And I understand what you're saying, but these aren't fake stories. At least what I'm reporting is not fake stories. These are allegations that people who come out. Now, am I saying that each and every case that is filed against Diddy is frivolous? There is probably a 5% chance, but everybody cannot be saying the same freaking thing. I don't know. And this lady, she's on Mark Agnafilio's team. The fact, now let's go to the criminal case. The fact that Anthony Rico filed a motion to withdraw and the language that he used. See, y'all may not think that's something, but I went into the attorney thread. And what they said is what Anthony Rico did was called a noisy withdrawal. And they pull up an opinion on a what case is that? They pull up an opinion that was written by the American Bar Association. And pretty much we all seen exactly what Anthony Rico said. He can no longer continue to represent Diddy, and I'm paraphrasing. He can no longer represent Diddy because he feels that if he continues to represent him, he is going to violate, or he's going to go against the American Bar Association. That sent up a red flag. A lot of people don't understand that. When we draft these motions to withdraw, it is as simple. Either they didn't pay it's a financial thing, or it's God damn it, differences. I can't even talk this morning. Things like that. But the way that he worded it, and he can't tell us what happened because of attorney client privilege. So we had to make an inference as to what he was saying. This man clearly stated that he can't represent this man because if he continues, it's going to go against the ABA standards. So I can't, just as people are on the defense side with things, I'm on the plaintiff side. And I'm always going to be on the plaintiff side until I prove otherwise. That's what I do in my line of work. So unfortunately, I can't, and I don't want y'all to have the same view, but I'm just trying to help you guys understand how to, cipher through the BS. Some things are just common sense. Of course, Diddy's attorney is going to come out on TMZ and say Cassie is lying. Of course, she's going to come out on TMZ and says Cassie enjoyed it. I looked at the tapes. Ma'am, there's a protective order out there. You're not even supposed to even be, that's a whole another different story. I'm curious as to what they're going to say about that. Then they're talking about Tony Busby. Now I'm switching back to the civil side. Diddy has damn near over 100 cases, probably 200 cases. Just because y'all call him the 1-800 lawyer, and second of all is, never mind. He spearheaded the campaign, just like with the Me Too movement. Okay? But there are other personal injury firms out there who are the lead counsel in which Tony Busby has no affiliation with. He's not counsel. He's not trying to be counsel unless they say, hey, would you like to be co-counsel or be on our team? And they'll work out a referral agreement or agreement to work together. But not all of these cases Tony Busby represent. That's what people are failing to realize. And that's what's pissing me off. Good morning, Roxy. Good morning. Let me see, what time is it? I'm a rant for about 5 more minutes. So, yes, Tony Busby spearheaded the 1-800 whatever, okay? But Tony Busby is not on all 200 cases that is filed, 200 civil cases that is filed against Diddy. Let's make that clear. Everybody is associated. Everybody think every single case that is filed against Diddy, Tony Busby is the attorney for it. For instance, the most recent case that came out, Lisa Bloom. Lisa Bloom is the plaintiff's attorney. The Kirk Burroughs case that we just did last night, Tyrone Blackburn is the attorney, the plaintiff's attorney. What does Tony Busby have to do with Kirk Burroughs case? What does Tony Busby have to do with the John Doe case that Lisa Bloom is representing, that case? What what why are we constantly tying Tony Busby to these cases? You're only tying him to the case because he was the spokesperson for this movement. That's what I even on TikTok, I just got into it with somebody on TikTok. And what's really pissing me off is y'all make this racial, y'all make this about race and political. Just be honest. Some of you black people, and I'm going to be, hey, it's Monday morning. I don't care. Some of you black people don't like Tony Busby because he's white. Some of you people don't like Tony Busby because he voted for Trump and he support Trump. Let's be honest. All people can say is Diddy is a wealthy black man and they're trying to bring him down. I don't get it. I really really don't get it. And that's why I be pissed off. I'm in the car talking to my 16-year-old. What's up, Buttercup? And he's just laughing with me. So I was like, I work for myself, so I ain't got no coworkers. So I was like, you know what? Let me go on YouTube and just vent. I am just so tired of the same freaking excuses. He's a black man that they're trying to bring down, and Tony Busby, it's white privilege and he's Republican. What the listen, these individuals, men and women, have walked into various law firms. They had to build the courage. Some of you may not have ever been violated before, so you don't know how much it takes in order for somebody to build up the courage to even take the first step in the right direction. There are people out there, minors, women, men, who live with this stuff on a daily basis. And instead of people just sitting back and be like, okay, I'm going to see how this plays out, y'all would rather attack them, call them a liar. I know. I know. Now, it never have been this magnitude for me. But to be able to sit here and come out and say, this is what happened to me, and people call you a liar, that shit hurts. And they wonder why people, black people, sit here and just have this shit buried up under the rug. Because it's people like y'all. And I'm not talking to my subscribers or members. I'm talking to the people who are sitting here making excuses for this man. Of course, a defense attorney is going to defend her client. Of course, she's going to say he's not guilty. The same way that the prosecution or the government is going to say he is guilty. All of this is in the public court of opinion. The only thing is we don't see the evidence because that's what happens in discovery. We the people on the outside is not going to see any of the evidence. We have to wait for it to come out. But Cassie's video was leaked. Either way, people still did not believe her. Before the video came out, nobody believed her. The video comes out. Some people like, oh dang. But this man has a history of violence. Did you not read Kirk Burroughs or followed that case? They said this man busted up in a freaking office and made this man turn over his ownership to Bad Boys and give it to his mama. And Kenneth Marsalis was there. And you're saying that so you're just pretty much saying that Kirk Burroughs is a liar. Everything that he is saying is a bold-faced lie. That's what I'm trying. It doesn't make sense. You can't say, "Oh, he's telling the truth about this and he's lying about this." Because you can go on to the website to see who all has ownership of a company. Who's the president, who's the all of that. That's why they have a forensic analysis that is coming in to look at their books and all this other stuff. So, few things we gotta stop doing. Oh, wait, what he say? He said something about Sarah from making a band. I haven't even read that lawsuit. I don't even know. I don't know about that. My eye is on Kirk uh Bureaus because this is a man who started. I don't care what nobody said. This man started Bad Boys Entertainment. He put in the seed money. He put in the work. He kept a daily account of the events that happened. He told us about Tupac. He told us about what Diddy did. He told us about what Diddy did to freaking Biggie's. He told us what Diddy did to Mary J. Blige. He had to renegotiate contracts because Diddy was jealous of Tupac. And if we're saying Kirk Burrows is lying, then we saying Keefe D lying. We saying Gene Deal lying. We saying everybody. Everybody cannot be lying on this man. This is not a black and white issue. This is not no rich or poor issue. This is not no freaking Republican and Democrat issue. This is a man who has harmed people. I think when he was let go from that record company, he went into a deep depression, as Kirk Burrows stated in, I don't know if it was Mama Diddy's petition. That was it. I think that Diddy did not want to go back to that place. He didn't want to go back to that feeling. So in order for him not to go back, he had to be on top and remain on top. On top. He wanted to control people. And the only way he could do that is through dominance. Y'all see how he blacklisted this man? This man was homeless. If you pull up the New York Supreme Court docket, you see this man couldn't even pay his bills. He was stripped of his ownership of a company that he put his work in, only for them to say, "We're paying you $30,000 a year and we're going to promise you 15% of the annual earnings." This man has never seen a dime. If we remove all of the criminal indictment and all of the civil lawsuits, and we just focus on Kirk Burrows' case, y'all sitting up here and telling me that he's lying. We talk, and then I'm so sick and tired. Stop putting Busby and everything. Yes, Busby voted for Trump. I don't like Trump. I don't like Trump at all. But Busby is a damn good lawyer. But you can't blame and put him on every single case. Yes, he messed up. He shouldn't have decided to, in those 20 cases that he had, instead of him putting his court signature on, sending to his New York his New York local council to file under her Pacer account, he should not have done that. He should have just went ahead, filed his motion for get admission, and done it that way. Yes, he fucked up and he shouldn't have done that, because I've never done that. I'm on my attorney's ass every single, hey, if we're doing this federal case, do you have your admission to this district? I'm on it. So I agree. Tony fucked up. But that does not mean the cases are fucked up. Y'all know why? Because they have counsels on there already. Just like Diddy has 4 other or 5 other attorneys on his criminal case, you can have more than one attorney on your case. You can have 3 law firms working on a civil case. Just because Busby is not on the case means that the case is going to go to hell. It's not. It's not going to be dismissed. Number two, that Jane Doe case was dismissed because she wanted it to be dismissed. I already talked about that, so I'm not going to get into all of those antics already again. This is crazy. But the thing is, media and the news reporters, the content creators on YouTube, because people don't know the process, they don't know how the legal process works. They're just taking anything and everything and just going wherever the wind blows them. That's what they do. Hey, I'm gonna say thank you for your honest coverage, because suddenly we all lawyers. You thank you so much for tuning in. No, and it is. Everybody has gone to Google University. Everybody. Did you read my recent comment about OJ Simpson trial? I'm not look, I don't have, honestly, I swear to God, I don't have time to read all of that. I know. Because the only thing that I am trying to get you to realize is that everybody is putting everything into like one big bubble. We're mixing the criminal in with the civil. When I said that the civil cases are helping the criminal indictment, that is indirectly. It's indirectly. It's not directly. They are indirectly helping the criminal indictment. As I stated before earlier, I do agree. There may be some cases in which they are just out for a payday. They are money hungry. Now, I can't speak for any other content creator. I can't speak for the news media. I can only speak with Cassandra Montgomery. As a plaintiff paralegal in these type of cases, because they are sensitive, I do side with the plaintiff unless the evidence comes out later that will sway my, decision the opposite. And Johnny Cochran was a damn good lawyer. I've actually done work with cases with the Cochran law firm. They are freaking awesome. Um, no, I'm 42. I'm 42 years old. I've been in the legal field since I've been teaching and in the legal field since 2000. Wait, I started teaching in 2006, and then I was a paralegal around 2012, I believe. So I've done all areas of law. Well, except for immigration. So let me take that back. Majority. But yeah, I am 42. I was born in 82. But yeah. So going back to this, we have to stop one mixing the civil cases with the criminal indictment. What happened to Tony Busby, he shouldn't have done that, and I agree. However, that does not mess up any of the other civil cases. Number 2, out of the 200 cases that is filed against Diddy, Tony Busby is assisting in about 20, between 20 and 30 cases. None of those cases, those other cases, has nothing to do with Tony Busby. This specific video, Tyrone Blackburn is the plaintiff's attorney. And that is what drove me today. Because I know in my video I said something about the civil cases helping the the criminal indictment. But for this particular case, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Kirk ain't lying. Kirk kept a journal. This man has a journal. Did y'all see that last night? He has a journal of information. Why do y'all think Mama Diddy and Diddy approached him at Diana Ross' birthday party in 2019 to ask him to do the documentary? Because who was the spearhead of all of Bad Boy Entertainment? They know that this man has information, and yet all they did was use him to benefit. This man clearly said that they use the money from the budget to fund personal shit. Does that sound right to you? This has nothing to do with Busby. This has nothing to do with all the other lawsuits. This is specifically Kirk Burroughs' lawsuit. Before you get in, he already had complaints from his former clients. How? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something how this works. I am in Texas, okay? I had a complaint with a attorney that I am dealing with right now, and I went to the State Bar of Texas. On the State Bar of Texas, you can see if an attorney is under any type of disciplinary action. Tony Busby is in good standing in Texas. He is in good standing in New York, in both states. He is in good standing with the Southern District of Texas. He's in good standing with the Eastern District of New York. So whatever complaints that anybody had, they're not filed. Until I see tangible evidence, I can't say that. What was overlooked and missed? That's the thing. If you go to the Texas State Bar website, he has no disciplinary actions. So you can't miss anything. The see this Lord Jesus, I'm getting frustrated. That's why I gotta get off of here. I gotta get off of here. I'm gonna tell you what it looked like. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna share this tab. Do you realize? Damn, that ain't his name. Hold on, I'm trying to do two things at once. Um, in order for him to submit his Pro Hoc Vice application, he has to have certificates of good standing. Okay, certificates of good standing. If anybody had complaints, you go right here, right? You go right here. Any complaints that is filed with, because if you legitimately have a complaint, what you will do is you will go to the State Bar. This attorney, the one that I'm working with the state on, he had a previous sanction. This is his disciplinary record right here. This is his record. This is what it would show. So if he needed a certificate of good standing, he ain't gonna get one. This is what it looks like when people have complaints against you. Now I'm gonna go to Tony Busby. And I don't know if you missed it, but I showed the certificates of good standing that he submitted. Anybody can have a complaint. Now you could go on Google and you could do a Google review. That's what you can do. And now if you're referring to that, that has no weight on anything. If you're not going to the State Bar of Texas or the State Bar of New York or the State Bar of any whatchamacallit, what are you doing? Look at this. State Bar of Texas, no public disciplinary history. Other states, none reported by attorney. But what does Tony Busby have to do with Kirk Burroughs' case? That's what I'm trying to go. This video that I did had nothing to do with Tony Busby. This video has something to do with Kirk Burrows, who filed the lawsuit because Diddy violated him, Diddy stole his money, and Diddy ripped him of a freaking ownership in Bad Boys Entertainment and gave it to his mama. That's what this video is about. I don't care about any other TMZ whatchamacallit, because at the end of the day, that's his defense attorney, who's supposedly supposed to be the only person that has access to the freaking uh to the freaking whatchamacallit. I should pull that up. This is such an awesome view. So I'm tired of people thinking that lawfare. Girl, I'm sick of it. That's why I was like, I did take a break doing the Diddy stuff. I really did, because it's too much. And I understand from being on that side. If you don't know, you don't know. But I'm sitting here telling you, as a person who work on these type of cases, why some of these cases are filed. That's why civil cases are alleged. When we're dealing with essay cases, it's in regards to a preponderance of the evidence. In a case where it is most likely that the allegations happen. Now, if we take it to the Jane Doe, the Diddy, and in the Jay-Z case, the judge clearly told Jay-Z, in order for him, if he want to keep that extortion claim, that he has to show proof that he was extorted. What am I pulling up? Tell me what I'm pulling up and I will pull it up. Tell me what I'm pulling up and I'm pulling up. Now, I ain't got all day to sit on here. I just came on here because I actually got legal work to do on cases. I just had to come over here and get this crap off my chest because, child, I was getting pissed off. I'm getting pissed off on TikTok, and I'm getting pissed off on YouTube, because this is just, it's too much. It is too much. Now, y'all can say what y'all want to say. I'm sticking with Busby, but I'm sticking in regards to the cases that he is on. But y'all can't come and tell me otherwise. You can't say Busby had complaints, because where are the complaints at? So you're gonna have to go back and you're gonna have to watch my Jane Doe and John Doe video. You're gonna have to watch that, because I'm not about to spend another hour doing that. Tony Busby at the time had two clients, Jane Doe and John Doe. He pursued the Jane Doe lawsuit. The John Doe, we don't know what happened to it, because it never went any, well, I can't say, well, it didn't go anywhere. It didn't go into litigation. So we will never know what happened to John Doe. But John Doe, that account, when he said what he said, and he said there was an attorney present at the mansion, and Diddy greeted them at the door on the way out. That judge in that lawsuit in California, the one with Jay-Z versus Busby, that judge clearly stated, just because the Jane Doe case was dismissed does not mean that the allegations weren't true. And this is coming from a judge. But okay, but that's, what are you talking about? Are you talking about overall? Are you talking about overall? Because Tony Busby is not the only one that is covering John and Jane Doe cases. Are you speaking on all of the John Doe and Jane Doe cases in which there are different plaintiff attorneys representing? Because if that's the fact, then you know a little bit more than I do, apparently. So You can actually go onto the court websites and you can pull that information yourself if you want to calculate, because I got work I got to do. I don't know. I don't know how many. They're in several jurisdictions. I don't know. You're going to have to go to the New York State Court website. You're going to have to go to the Southern District of New York website, and you're going to have to calculate it yourself. I don't know. There's too many. I'm tired of logging on looking at them damn Jane Doe and John Doe cases, cuz it's way too many at this point. So, you know a lot. You know more than me. So, that's why I say I'm not about to do the research, because if I pull it up, you probably say I ain't calculating it correctly. So that means that you're going to have to do your due diligence, and you're going to have to go find the number of Jane and John Doe cases. But my question is, are you just saying in general, or are you saying the cases in which Busby is co-counsel on? Cuz you're not being clear. Cuz with the Busby firm, it was only, well, that was November. Okay. Well, hold up. Let's go back. I don't know. It's There's so many damn districts. I don't know. Some are in Supreme Court, some are in federal courts. Hold up. Oh, it's 10:40. I gotta call because I gotta do this intake. Hold up. Was it filed in state court or was it filed in federal court? Hold on, because I gotta go and give him an update. Sorry, that was for agent. I'm not sure who case this. I don't even know who case this is. Jose Hernandez. Da, 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 da. I don't even know who case that is. I don't know why y'all think. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of doing work too. Just because you get into a car wreck does not mean they're gonna give you a rental. Oh my God, Jesus. What? I'm not sure, but whatever case is looking suspicious. Okay, you gotta. I don't know, because this. You said it was filed yesterday on the deadline. Yesterday was the second. There's no. Was it in New York? There was nothing that was filed yesterday. This is the last one that was filed. And so you can see it don't even say Tony Busby on there. This is Ricotta Law. Not even associated with Busby. Not even associated with Busby in any way, but I bet you somebody gonna pull up this court docket and be like, oh my gosh, Busby done filed, da da da. Look at this. This was all on the 28th. This is not by Busby. This is Curtis Law. This is Curtis Law. Now she's is the local counsel that be working with Tony Busby, but she is the lead counsel. So even if Tony Busby is not on these cases, there are New York attorneys that are actually working on these cases. Some people just, I guess they really don't understand the legal system, the litigation process. So I can't fault them for that. But just because Busby is not on these cases doesn't mean that these cases are just going to sit in limbo. There are actual New York attorneys that are handling these cases. What looks suspicious? Okay. Well, you do your homework on that. I got to do some work because I am a paralegal and I got clients I got to take care of. I just want to come on here and say, in my response to you, Lindell, my video was on Kirk Burrows. It was not about Cassie. It was not about any other civil lawsuits. It wasn't about Jay-Z. It wasn't about Tony Busby. It was about Kirk Burrows, and it was about the awesome job that Tyrone Blackburn did on this filing. Now, the only thing that I got to say is he's going to have to refile that because he forgot to put the causes of action on there. He didn't finish it. And that's the part that be making me mad about Tyrone. Tyrone being in a rush. So Tyrone needs to go back and fix that and refile that. But that is what my main focus of that video was. I don't care about anything outside of that. I'm addressing the allegations that were made in that petition. And it's the fact that Kirk Burrows was abused by Diddy financially, emotionally, physically. This man told us what he did to Tupac. He told us what he did to Biggie Smalls. So are you calling this man a liar? I'm not talking about any other case. I'm talking specifically this particular case. Now there are cases out there that are sus, and I said that. There's going to be a percentage of cases that eventually they're going to fall through. They're going to be dismissed. But y'all have to allow people the opportunity, just like we have to allow Diddy to be able to defend himself. We also have to allow the plaintiff, the victim, to prove that the allegations are true. How do they do that? Witness statements, uh evidence. Now these the sad thing is a lot of this stuff took place decades ago. So to actually have tangible evidence in that sense is not going to happen unless you kept something like business records like Kirk did. He had a whole journal. Once again, that's the reason why Mama Diddy and Diddy went to him to do the documentary. In cases, specifically essay cases, we have to hire experts to sit down with these victims because it has been decades since this tragic incident happened to them. So there are going to be things that's going to be fuzzy, things that they don't remember, in which a therapist can only go in and do whatever they do in order to get the plaintiff on track. That's all. We don't know what happened. Everybody has a special gift. I know what my gift is, and I'm in it, but I'm not a doctor. So I can't sit here and tell her that, oh, she just don't remember it, so I'm going to discredit her. That is why we hire therapists for specific cases like this. Y'all don't know the cases that we have to deal with. And you thought this case was bad? You thinking this case, that the things that Diddy has done is bad? Y'all don't know half the goddamn cases that I have to work on that are worse than Diddy's cases. But you're never going to hear about it because they're not high profiled. That's all. So I got to do some work. I'm behind. I got to handle these personal injury cases and get this attorney ready for trial. But I just wanted to come on here and kind of let off some steam because we got to stop making this a black and white thing, a Republican and Democrat thing, a man and female thing. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of racist people out there that's pissing me off. They're trying to pull the I don't care if somebody came to me with allegations such as these. If a family member came to you and told you this was done to them, are you going to call them a liar? That's all I want to know. If a family member came to you and told you something that happened to them, and I mean, it seems far fetched as hell, are you going to tell them that you don't believe them? Are you going to tell them that they're lying? If a little kid came to you, no, you know what? If a grown person came to you and told you about something that happened to them when they were young, are you going to call them a liar? I think that's the question that I really want to pose today. What would you do if somebody came to you that you knew that says, this happened to me when I was young? What are you going to do? See, these cases are high profile. Everybody has their opinion about it. But the thing is, everybody don't understand the litigation process. A lot of people don't understand why we accept these cases, why we file these cases, why we go through discovery, why we hire experts. Just like the archdiocese in New York. Those kids, well, now adults, do you know that the archdiocese is still paying out settlements? Yeah. So thank y'all for tuning in. I had to vent right quick. It's been an hour. I need to focus, put on some music and get on my grind right quick because I'm trying to take me a vacation before anything. Um Definitely leave y'all comments below. I'm not reading novels. I'm not gonna read no novels. Actually, I'm not even gonna read the comments for today because I get to a point where people don't understand it, and the educator side comes out to me, and I'm trying to break it down to where people understand, but they still have this mindset. I'm saying take away the fact that these are high profile people. Take away that and then look at the issues. Anywho's, thank y'all for tapping in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you all be blessed and I'm out. Bye.